Om. 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 Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramananda madhavam sada shiva samarambham shankaracharya madhyamam asmadacharya paryantam vande guru parampara. We had seen about avatar, Paramatma, Brahma, though birthless, taking or keeping the Maya power, creative power, Maya under one's control, takes an embodiment. That is what is called as avatar. And when this avatar takes place, whenever there is a decline of dharma and the uprise of adharma, Paramatma, Parameshwara, takes avatar to re-establish the dharma. Of course, it will be told now what is the purpose or why avatar is taken will be told in the next verse. So he takes. In this context, we have seen in detail what is meant by dharma. Dharma is not religion. Religion is a small portion of dharma. Dharma basically is Vaidika Achara Samhita. The Vedas have laid down a code of conduct for the humans. Because among the entire Srishti, the creation, the human being is the crest jewel of the creation. It is superior even to the denizens of heaven. No doubt, the denizens of heaven, devas, etc., they have a higher standard of living compared to those on the earth. Yet, the faculty of buddhi, intellect, is something which is prerogative of human being. A human being is capable of ascertaining the transient nature of the Jagat more easily than the Devas, because Devas are always steeped in luxury. It becomes difficult for them to find out that these sense enjoyments can never make one contented. See, even in this world we can find those who are very rich, always rolling in luxury. For them, vairagya is not possible. For those who are very poor, cannot have 2 square meals a day, they also cannot have vairagya. In fact, such people should never be taught Vedanta. You will turn them to be communists if you give them the food, give them the shelter, clothing, etc. Bring up their standard of living. Otherwise, no. It is the one who has enjoyed the sense pleasures at the same time seeing the sorrows of the world, that person, the one who can develop vairagya, viveka, and thereby vairagya. So therefore, human embodiment is the most important one, jantunam narajanma durlabham. That therefore, Vedas have prescribed a code of conduct for the final good of the human being. So that is what is called dharma. In this context, we have seen the meaning of secular. Secular word is wrongly translated as sarva dharma nirapeksha, in the sense of independent of all dharmas. It is wrong. It should be sarva mata nirapeksha, sarva pantha nirapeksha. Mata or pantha or religions are centered around an individual. Dharma is not centered around religion, it is given by Vedas. Of course, rishis are given, but rishis have not imagined it. They have not concocted it. In their meditation, when they were in union with the Parameshwara, this God they revealed and they have just handed it over to the disciples and it has come to us. So there was dharma. Now the question is, what for an incarnation comes into existence? Why Paramatma takes incarnation? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Number one, paritranaya sadhunam. Sadhu doesn't mean sannyasi. Sanmargasthaha, those who live the righteous conduct, those who live by the righteous conduct, those who live by dharma, they are called sadhus. Of course, a sannyasi is supposed to be a sadhu. He is certainly sadhu, but even a grahastha also can be called sadhu so long as he adheres to dharma. So, paritranaya sadhu. Those who live by dharma to protect them, paritrana, to protect them. Vinashaya dushkritam, those who indulge in prohibited deeds, adharmic deeds, dushkritam, bad deeds, means those who take to the karma which is prohibited by the Vedas, for dushkrit, vinashaya, to destroy them. And thereby dharma samsthapanarthaya. Not to start dharma from beginning, it is already there, but it had gone out of fashion. It was not being followed by majority. On the contrary, adharma was on the rise. So therefore, to re-establish, to enthuse the people to live the life of dharma, those who are already living, to protect them. Those who are sitting on the fence, they can take to dharma or they can fall back in the adharma. For them to enthuse and to make them take dharma, sambhavami, I take yuge yuge. Yuga here doesn't mean Satya Yuga 1, Treta Yuga 1, Dwapar Yuga 1, Kali Yuga, no. Yuga Yuga means from time to time. From time to time, I take avatar as per the need of the hour. So that is how avatar comes into existence. It is just like, you see, when dharma gets totally declined, even saints and sages cannot establish it. Ishvara only has to come to do that. Here, one thing we should keep in mind, an avatar comes for a specific purpose. And therefore, what that avatar will do, how will it conduct itself is determined by the need of the hour. Therefore, avatara should not be compared with the Rama avatar was superior or Krishna avatar was superior. Is a foolish thing. Rama came for a particular specific purpose, Krishna came for a specific purpose. And what they do, etc., is defined by the need of the hour. They should not be. And here, one thing should be kept in the mind. Can we detect avatars? Question comes, are we in a position to determine, oh, this is an avatar? Look here. Today, as far as we Indians are concerned, we have no doubt whatsoever about Rama as avatar, Krishna as avatar, except of course, some educated, illiterate, top lawyers who say Rama didn't exist. You know that what was going in the court, etc., about the Ayodhya case. Rama doesn't exist. Highly educated people. That's what I say, educated, illiterate people. Or these selfish politicians who loot the country, they may deny for their own selfish purpose. But the majority have no doubt about Rama as avatar and Krishna as avatar. Now I would like to give an exercise to you. Suppose you were a contemporary of Rama. When Rama was going on, actually Rama's avatar was kept as a secret. Except 4 or 5 persons. Nobody knew that Rama is avatar. It was for killing Ravana. It was kept a secret. But otherwise, now tell me, we have that much common sense that avatara is omniscient. It is sarvajna. Avatara is omnipotent. Sarvashaktiman. Avatara knows omnipresence, its presence everywhere. This much because of our culture we know. When Rama was living, how many could have understood him as the avatar? Actually, though avatara is sarvajna, omniscient, and sarvashaktiman, omnipotent, it doesn't exhibit it unless it is required. In Rama's case, very once or twice it has, or 2-3 times it has exhibited, not much. In Krishna's case, little more. Now I am telling you, can you reconcile avatara with jnani, who is sarvajna, sarvashaktiman, lamenting for wife Sita? Not only lamenting, he was asking the tree, the birds, have you seen Sita? Have you seen Sita? Can a normal man ask like this? Can anyone accept such person as what? As avatar? See, how can you accept it? Again, as far as Vedanta is concerned, Rama is not even fit for 80 KT in Vedanta. You know what is 80 KT? in universities. Allowed to keep terms. You know why? Rama was taught 3 times. First, Yoga Vasishta. Vasishta taught Vedanta for 18 days to Rama. Afterwards, when he was in the Dandakaranya forest and Sita was kidnapped, he had to fight with the Ravana, etc. So he had to equip himself with the arms. For that sake, he went to Agastya Muni, because Agastya Muni had the arms, the astras, etc. At that time, seeing the plight of Rama, Agastya Muni gives a dose of Vedanta to Rama. Think of it. We may say, oh, he doesn't know about this. Vairagya is not there. Number 2. Number 3, he had to have Pashupatastra to equip himself for the battle. Pashupatastra can be given by who? Bhagwan Shiva only. So he did Upasana of Shiva. Shiva granted darshana, but before giving Pashupatastra, he administered another dose of Vedanta. It's called Shiva Gita. See? Avatara. 3 times Vedanta need to be taught. How can it be Avatara? So like this, as far as who is concerned, our Rama is concerned. Other thing. In the battle between Rama and Ravana, Rama got victimized by Nagastra. So Garuda was summoned because he only can counter the snakes. Garuda got a doubt in the mind. Is he Avatara or Vishnu? Why does he need my help? Of course, he came and did his job and he came out of the Nagastra. But he had a doubt. So know whom to ask. He quietly went to Kailasa. And asked Bhagwan Shiva, how is it? Rama is the avatar of Vishnu and how can he be victimized by Nagastra? Shiva was very clever. He knew what it was. He thought this Garuda has become arrogant now. He thinks that he is something great, etc. I don't know anything at all. But one thing, you go at such and such place, there is one Bhushunda, Kaka Bhushunda, a crow by name Bhushunda. He knows the reason. You know why? Garuda is the king of birds. And a king of birds has to go to a crow to get this information. It is below his dignity. Yet he went, etc. Of course. Bhushunda, etc. Because Bhushunda is the one who survives the pralaya. He had seen about 26 pralayas and every kalpa he has seen Rama about 26 times. He explained that. So therefore, how can Rama be Avatara? See, unless Avatara wills to know that such and such entities Avatara is not possible. And remember, whether it is Rama or Krishna or anything, except certain exceptionals, Avatara doesn't mix with the masses. The field of mission is confined to a limited field. With Rama, except his whatever that Ramayana, that he was not available for the masses, though he used to care for everyone. He is said to be Purabhashi. If someone meets, he is a prince, he is a king, he is an emperor, yet he will speak to that person first. How are you? Everything is all right? Any problem? That was his courtesy. Fine. Now Krishna, let us see. Krishna as Avatara was known to lead some more people than Rama was Avatara. But not all. Again, Krishna's movements and whatever that is there was confined to the royal family only. He will never say. In fact, it's a very interesting thing. When Dharmaraja was conducting Rajasuya Yaga, so from Dwaraka, Krishna was coming. And news spread that Krishna is coming. On the route, people knew the route. On the route at different places, groups of different types of people assembled to meet him. For example, Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, traders, sannyasis, including the women of ill fame, to meet him. At every place, he used to stop, greet them, inquire with them, inquire about them, etc., make them happy, and he used to go. Otherwise, he was never mixing with the masses. Okay. Now, how many people would have believed Krishna to be Avatara? Are, Makhan Chor, who is stealing butter, is he Avatara? Again, this Krishna fought 18 times battle with Jarasandha. 18 times he ran away. You know, there is one name for Krishna, Ranachod. Ranachod means we have returned from the battlefield. If anyone else has done, is going to darpok. A timid person would have called, but Krishna is called Ranachod. How many knows why he ran away from the battlefield? Jarasandha was not even a mosquito for Krishna. And yet, he ran away. There is a purpose. That Jarasandha was destined to be killed by Bhima. But Bhima was not a match for Jarasandha in his mace fighting, Gadayuddha. So therefore, Krishna wanted to diminish the strength of Jarasandha. So what he was doing was, he was slaughtering the army of Jarasandha. And when it comes 1-to-1, he used to fight very closely and to run away. And Jarasandha used to run away as if, where this fellow is escaping, so close it is there. But Krishna has to repeatedly slip to Jarasandha, just to make him angry. By anger, one's power gets reduced. Be careful. That is one more thing was there. Jarasandha was a wicked person. Jarasandha is father-in-law of Kamsa. That's why he is more angry with Kamsa was killed by Krishna. He was more angry with him. He was a wicked person. And being a wicked person, all wicked people from all over India used to what? Get polarized in the army of Jarasandha. Number one, keep in mind, one of the mission of Krishna was what? Vinashaya Dushkrita. If Krishna were to kill all these wicked people, he will have to go on all India tour. But what happened? They got polarized in the army of Jarasandha. So without going here and there, every time you should slaughter them and leave Jarasandha alone. So this is another thing. So how can you say a person who is running away from the battlefront is so is avatar? We don't know. Other thing. Once it happened, Jarasandha was going for the battle against Krishna. The custom was when the king goes for such expedition, the Brahmanas give blessing for victory. It is called Swasti Vachana. By chanting the mantra, etc., they invoke the grace for the victory. At that time, Jarasandha had the audacity to tell the Brahmana, look, if I get defeated in the battle, I will chop all of your head. Krishna knew this. And what he did? He fought the battle and ran away on the top of a mountain. What Jarasandha thought was, oh, this is a good opportunity. Krishna and Balarama both were there. He set fire from all sides of the mountain. Where he will go? And he returned. Krishna is a Yogeshwara. Balarama also had that power. He just jumped from the mountain yonder and escaped. So we can't make out avatar. Another thing, when Krishna was fighting with Shalva, because Shalva was angry because this Krishna has killed with that Shishupala. Therefore, he was very angry with him. So, but Shalva was not a match for Krishna. But what did Shalva do? He played a trick. He played magic. And Krishna fell for it. Now one may ask, can Sarvajna, omniscient avatar, can it not know what is magic? But he was a victim of it. Of course, he came out of that, etc. Shalva was killed. We can't, from these things, you can't make out what an avatar does, why it does, how it does, is beyond the grasp of even the great sages like Vyasa, Narada, etc. Even if great sages do tapas for thousands of years, they will not know how an avatar behaves. That's why Krishna or Arjuna will tell him afterward. So ameva atmana atmanam vetatvam parantap. Oh Bhagavan, only you know yourself. No one else can know you. So therefore, let us not pitch our puny intellect against avatar. Let us say, let us make best use of avatar for our own good, because Parameshwara comes in a concrete form. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Now, Krishna tells the glory of avatar. It says, those who know my divine birth, Janma karma cha me divyam. Divyam janma. I am not born because of karma phalas, but I take the embodiment. Divya janma. Divya karma. What I do is divine for the good of humanity. Restore dharma. Say, those who know this in reality, tattvataha, say, when they leave the body, they are not born again. Of course, to know avatar in its true nature, you should know yourself first. In one of the avatars, a youngster asked, are you God? To the avatar. Avatar replied, my dear, you are God. Only when you know yourself to God, you will come to know that I am God. Till then, however much Avatara says, if I say I am God, what sense can it make to you? Why not I'm a cheat, bluffing? What means you have got to verify it? You know means. First, know your divinity, the principle. Then it is easy to know Avatara. Therefore, those who know the Avatara principle, they have no rebirth at all. And me is such a thing. I reciprocate the people as they approach me. Have you seen in a mirror? You stand in front of a mirror. You smile. The reflection smiles. You grin. Reflection grins. You get angry. You will get angry. You beckon the reflection. It also beckons you. Bhagwan is like that also. As you, the mode in which you approach, in the same mode he responds. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajam. In whatever manner people seek me, I reciprocate it in the same manner. So therefore, it is left to us to get the maximum from Atma. If we ask him, pray to him for viveka, vairagya, atmajnana, moksha, he'll be too happy to grant it. Because whatever you ask, he is ready to give. Of course, provided you deserve it, not mere desiring. Why not get the best? Is it not foolishness to go to an emperor like Dharmaraja, who is ready to give even his kingdom, asking for 2 fistfuls of rice? Foolishness. Like that, Avatara who can make you discover your Sarupa and you are Bhagavad Sarupa. Take the maximum from it. So that is how I reciprocate the way people approach me. So that will be the case. So it is left to people to get the best from it. The question comes. Arjuna may ask, Bhagavan, you are so great. You are ready to make everyone discover the Bhagavad Swarupa. But why not people seek it? When you are available all the time, why do they not seek it? Arjuna, there's a problem. In this world, the results of action fructify very easily. And people fall for it and they never care for me. Kangshantah karmanam siddhim yajantaya devata kshipram vimanushe loke siddhir bhavati karma. Desirous of the results of their karma, people take to karma because in this bhuloka, the results of action come very quickly because people fall for immediate result. They have no patience to wait to discover their swarupa. Taking into account this fact, I have designed a social system or a social class, we would say, called Varna system, very important topic. Chaturvarna, four Varnas. Four Varnas, that is there. It is a system of social class. System of social class. It is based on guna and karma. See, Varna is translated as caste. Jati is not a correct translation. Varna is a social class. But Arjuna, I have not designed this arbitrarily. It is based on guna and karma. Chatur varnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagataha tasya kartaram apima vidya kartaram avayam. I have designed, I have formulated this system of social class based on two criteria. One is guna, disposition, mental setup, and number two is karma, actual actions. Truly speaking, in this, no one is superior, no one is inferior. Chaturvarnya is like different limbs of a society. If the society or the nation were compared to a one human figure, the Varna system, the Varna division can be defined in terms of different limbs of that one and the same entity for society or the nation. Now tell me, in our anatomy as a human being, we have got the head, the arms, shoulders, stomach, legs, broadly. Which is superior, which is inferior? Head superior, legs are inferior. I will ask someone to amputate your legs. What will be your plight? Stomach not required, shoulders not required, head not required. All are important. They're integrated. Like that, in a society, in a nation, these four varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, are all equally important. In the Vedic hymn called Purush Sukta, the entire creation is described as Virat Sarupa. Virat Sarupa means macrocosmic, samashti form, rupa of the creation. In that, it is figuratively described how these four varnas have emerged from them. Brahmanosya mukhamasi bahu rajanya kritaha urutasya urutadasya yadvaishaha padbyam shudro ajayata. Asya, of this Virat Swarupasya, of this Virat Swarupa, macrocosmic of the Parameshwara, with the gross bodies of the entire cosmos. Brahmanaha mukhamasi. The mouth, the head was what? Brahmana. Bahu rajanya krita. The shoulders, arms were what? Who? Rajan, Raja means Kshatriya. Uru, that is what? Stomach was Vaishya. Feet were Shudra. Who is important? Who is unimportant? For a one entity. That is how it is. So therefore, this division was based on guna and karma. What is guna? Our mental disposition is divided into three categories. Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Depending on this, the karma action is designed. What is Sattva guna? Sattva guna is like this. It signifies knowledge, peace of mind, control over the senses. Then this study of the Vedas, etc., acquiring knowledge, ascetic practices. If Sattva-guna is there, all these are possible. What about the Rajoguna? Rajoguna increases thirst for sense pleasures. That we have more and more sense pleasure. Asakti, Preeti, love for sense objects. Agitation in the mind. Killing someone. Envy, desire, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, pada, matsar. Anger, greed, etc. And fickleness of the mind. Desire to usurp the wealth of others. These are mainly the features of Rajoguna. Tamoguna is all topsy-turvy, some more. Wrong conclusion. Fear, sadness, sleep, drowsiness, anger, miserliness, atheism, being atheist, ignorance, cruelty, and shamelessness. These are all the disposition on account of the Tamoguna. Now, the one who is predominantly sattvic, secondarily rajasic, is Brahmana. The one who is predominantly rajasic, Secondarily, Satvik is Kshatriya. The one who is predominantly Rajasic, but secondarily Tamasic is who? Vaishya. Whereas one who is predominantly Tamasic is Shudra. But all these varieties of people are necessary for a society or a nation. Look here. But problem comes, you know what? When the superiority of the guna, see, look, a sattvic person is all the time better than tamasic person. That superiority is there. That gets superimposed, then the superiority inferiority problem comes. But as far as the karma is concerned, action is concerned, patana patana, learning and teaching and ascetic practice of Brahmana necessary. Valor and protecting the country of the Kshatriyas is necessary. Trade of the Vaishya is necessary. General service of the Shudra is necessary. You can't say which is superior. For example, can you say the service of the Prime Minister of the country is most needed and not the service of the scavengers in the street? Is it so? As a nation, we need service of Prime Minister and service of the street scavengers equally. But knowledge of Prime Minister may be superior, but not that of scavenger. All are necessary. So, guna-wise, sometimes what happens? Superiority comes. Karma-wise, superiority, inferiority is not there at all. And because of this, we'll say, when taken to karma, not the karma yoga. Whether Brahmana doing his karma, Shudra doing his karma, final result, Antakarna Shuddha is common for all. And with the Shuddha Antakarna, everyone can know Brahma. So final result, one and the same for all. But how they proceed differ depending on the disposition. So therefore, in the Varna system, there is no superiority or inferiority, but it is the weakness of the humanity that slowly superiority and inferiority comes. For example, autocracy and democracy. Abraham Lincoln, and we say democracy. People of the government of the people, government by the people, government for the people. Good and noble idea. But today, what is happening in the name of democracy? Take our own country, take our neighboring country. What is happening in this? Cheating and looting. See, now this, you know this, ED case, CBI case of the politicians. Just loot the country. And if somebody tries to control, he is being somehow hindered. Where is our democracy? Is it democracy? Somebody remarked. Today, democracy is a government by the people, of the people, for the people, but on the people. You are exploiting the people. That is not the aim of democracy at all. So any system is good so long as people are good. Autocracy is good so long as kings were good. Democracy is good so long as people are good. Majority people are good. But it deteriorates when the people become corrupt. Same case in the Varnashras. So they don't think Parameshwara had no sense to create Varnashram system. It's a division of labor. The most intelligent Brahmana can whatever can gain, same can be gained by even the Shudra who has no such qualification. Something great. That is our culture. So better give up the wrong notion of this Varna. Ashrama means Varnashrama. Ashrama means stage in life. Brahmachari, student, Grahastha, household, Vanaprastha, semi-retirement, Sannyasa, total retirement. For the final good. So therefore, there is nothing wrong in this Varna system, but it has gone out of fashion or it is ill practiced. You know this Gram Panchayat? Gram Panchayat is supposed to have 5 panchas, 5 members. Do you know who are they? Olden days are not now. One from Brahmin community, other from Kshatriya community, third from Vaishya community, fourth from Shudra. Do you know who is the 5th? Every village used to have these what are called scavengers, etc., who are also called as Chandalas. Their representative also used to be there because they can take into account the problems of all people who are there and solve them. See what a great system it was. Everyone has a representation. So therefore, better we try to understand what is Varna system as such. So Guna, Karma. Duties of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra different. So but all for the sake of society, for the nation, and for sake of one's own final good. So therefore, this Varna system was. So the question comes, Bhagavan, you started Varna system. You are author of Varna system. You have done a karma. Are you not going to be bound by that? I am not bound because I have no desire to be fulfilled by this. This I gave for the good of humanity. Namam tani karmani dibadhanti dhananjaya. Name karma phale. I have no result. I have no desire for results of action. The one who knows like this, he knows that I, Chaitanya Swarupa, Paramatma, is akarta, non-doer, therefore not responsible karma. He also can find the same thing, that is Swarupa is free from karma, free from results of karma. So therefore, karma is done at the level of mind, buddhi, body, indriyas. But Chaitanya Atma doesn't do any karma. And knowing this principle, Arjuna, mumukshus, those who are eager to gain Atma in the past, they did karma. And like that, you know this basic principle. Your real nature, Chaitanya Atma, doesn't do anything just like electricity doesn't do anything at all. In the presence of electricity, gadgets function. Likewise, in the presence of me, Chaitanya Atma, the true I, my mind, intellect, body, indriyas, pranas function. I don't do anything. The one who knows gets freed from the samsara. But the question comes, what exactly is karma? What you mean by action? What is meant by duty? What is meant by absence of action? So therefore it says, what is karma? What is akarma? Absence of this thing. This needs to be known. Arjuna, I am going to tell you this in detail. We'll see that next time. Of course, one more point about the different types of avatars. Next time I will take it. This last time, the question we left half the way. How exactly this mind denies us our real nature, Paramananda? We should know the mechanism of the mind. Before that, we have got Indriyas, sense organs and organs of action. These are Indriyas, senses, are always extrovert, Bahirmukha. Indriyas, senses, always gravitate toward the sense objects. Why so? Because they are designed so by Ishvara. In Kathopanishad it is said, Paranchi khani vetrinat swayambhu tasmat parang pashyanti nantaratma. Swayambhu, Parameshwara, created the senses extrovert. Therefore, no one cares to know what Atma, I Chaitanya is. They're always preoccupied in the Vishya. The question comes, why did Parameshwara do it? He is helpless. You gave a blueprint to the Ishvara to have the field of experience, to undergo your bhoga, karma phala, the results of the action. And when you want to experience or enjoy the Jagat, Ishvara has to make them extrovert. He knew the danger, but order is so. He has to execute your order. He is a karmaphala data. He provides the field of experience. But knowing the danger there, he kept a provision. What is the provision? Though Indriyas, sense organs and organs of action by nature extrovert, he provided a capacity to withdraw them, to make them introvert. A person who is capable of withdrawing the mind from the sense pursuit, Vishaya Bhoga, he is able to know the Swarupa, one's true nature. Because when the mind is preoccupied in the sense objects, in terms of our seeing, hearing, tasting, touching and smelling, walking, talking, all actions, perceptions or actions, corresponding vrittis, antakarana vrittis, thoughts generated in the antakarana mind. They are inert, but their experience is provided to us by the Chaitanya Atma I. But in that any experience, happy or sorrowful, the feature of the experience, good, bad, honor, dishonor, anger, love, the specific feature belongs to the vritti, but the basic experience is what Chaitanya Atma, your real nature. The extrovert mind is always full of these features in terms of joys and sorrows, which we call as samsara. Our any and every experience is presented to us through the channels of thoughts, or what is called antakarana vritti. But the specific features of that antakarana vritti gets crowded in the mind, and it denies the vision of the basic principle, which is free from that, which is Paramananda Swarupa. In and through each and every experience in our life, good, bad, or indifferent, presented to us through antakarana vritti thought, the underlying principle is Chaitanya, the Paramananda Swarupa. But we get carried away by the features of this vritti and get denied about the basic experience principle, Paramananda Swarupa. It is just like this. Let us say 1,000-watt bulb is aglow. And suppose you have a device by which you cover it, a transparent device with different colors and rotating, like lighthouse. No, lighthouse in the ocean. What happens? You are not able to see the original light. You see all colored patterns. Remove that covering. The light in its own glory is aglow. Same thing happens. Chaitanya in its own glory is the bulb. All thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, sukha, dukkha, all varieties, is the colored covering. Remove it by introvert, making the mind introvert. You are what you are. You, the self-evident Paramananda Swarupa, remains. That is why Vedanta Shastra, Adhyatma Shastra is very, very clear and emphatic that to begin with, we have to prepare our mind by strong viveka and vairagya and practice. Don't take things for granted in the world. First, attack this notion. The world is capable of making me happy and contented. Impossible. To the extent for our survival, we have to make use of world. We can't go anywhere, but not beyond that. Never depend on the world, and the world starts from the immediate next member in the family onward, the entire cosmos. If you depend on anyone for your happiness, etc., you will despair after. It is not possible. It is not there in the world. So therefore, to the extent survival is concerned, yes. Beyond that, inquire into what is permanent, what is impermanent, nitya, anitya, what is transitory, what is everlasting. Seek that everlasting, and that is your Swarupa, Chaitanya Swarupa. Withdraw the mind from the external preoccupation, focus it on the Swarupa. The same mind which are denying you the Swarupa Ananda will reveal you the Paramananda Swarupa of yours. More of this will come as we proceed more and more with the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Om. Om. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.